KoKo language learning, listening, and shadowing podcast.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the KoKo Language Learning Lounge. I'm Jacob.
And I'm Allie.
It's great to be here, ready to explore some English together. How have you been doing?
Doing really well, thanks. You know, it's always exciting when we get to chat about language. And today's deep dive, it's all about idioms.
Ah, yes, idioms. Those phrases that, well, they don't always make literal sense, do they? But they're just so important for sounding natural in English.
Exactly. We're going to jump into 10 common everyday English idioms. Think of them like little keys that unlock a more natural way of speaking and really connecting.
Yeah, and for you listening, getting comfortable with these can really boost your confidence. It helps you express yourself more clearly, connect better, and honestly, it can be fun. So if idioms seems a bit tricky, don't worry. We're just going to explore them together, nice and easy.
All right, should we dive in? Let's start with one you might hear when there's, well, more to the story than meets the eye. It's the tip of the iceberg.
Oh, that's a great one to start with. It's so visual, isn't it? It basically means you're only seeing a tiny visible part of a much, much bigger issue or situation. You know, like a real iceberg. Most of it's hidden underwater.
Right. So if someone tells you what you saw, that was just the tip of the iceberg, they're saying, hold on, there's a lot more going on here, probably something complicated or problematic that isn't obvious yet.
Exactly. Or imagine a boss saying, these complaints are only the tip of the iceberg. That's a kind of a warning sign, isn't it? It suggests way more problems are lurking beneath the surface.
It really makes you think, okay, what else is going on? Let's try a quick little dialogue. Like if I asked, so are these the only issues we need to deal with?
Unfortunately, no. That's just the tip of the iceberg.
See? Instantly tells you the situation is bigger than it looks. It's a really useful way to signal, hey, we need to look deeper here.
Absolutely. It prompts you and others to consider the full picture, the hidden depths. Very handy phrase for complex situations.
Okay, from hidden problems, let's switch to, well, time pressure, something I think we all feel sometimes. The idiom is against the clock.
Ah, against the clock. Yeah, that perfectly captures that feeling, when you're super rushed, working really hard to finish something before a deadline hits. You're literally racing time.
Definitely felt that. You might hear someone say they were racing against the clock to finish the project. You can almost feel the stress, right? That frantic energy.
Or someone might just say, sorry, I'm a bit stressed. I'm working against the clock right now. He explains why they're so focused or maybe a bit unavailable.
It's so relatable, that feeling of urgency, like for work deadlines, exams, even just packing for a trip sometimes feels like you're against the clock.
It really does. And using it shows you're not just busy, you're like in a serious race with time. It emphasizes that pressure.
Okay, next up, a much gentler one. This is a polite way to say you're not feeling well, under the weather.
Under the weather. It's such a common and kind phrase in English. It just means feeling a bit sick or unwell, but it sounds softer than saying I'm sick.
Yeah, it's less direct. You might say, oh, I'm feeling a bit under the weather today if you've got a small cold, or just generally feel a bit off, not quite yourself.
And you often hear it as an explanation, like, she stayed home from work because she was under the weather. It's polite, people understand.
So if someone asks you, say, hey, why weren't you in class yesterday?
Oh, I was feeling a bit under the weather.
Simple, right. Gets the point across without needing lots of detail. It shows a bit of vulnerability, but keeps it light.
Exactly. And it's generally used for more mild things, like a cold or just feeling run down. If someone's seriously ill, you'd probably use stronger language. Using under the weather then might sound like you're downplaying it, so it's good for those minor off days.
Right, context matters. Okay, speaking of not feeling great, maybe because you stayed up too late working. That brings us to burn the midnight oil.
Ah, yes. Burn the midnight oil. This means staying up really late, usually working hard or studying. The image comes from, like, old times, right? Using oil lamps to see after dark.
That visual really helps lock it in. So if your friend says, ugh, I had to burn the midnight oil to finish that essay, you know they were up super late putting in the effort.
Or a team might say, we really had to burn the midnight oil to get ready for the presentation. It implies a lot of late nights and hard graft went into it.
We've all had those times, haven't we? Those periods where you just have to buckle down and work late. It really captures that focused late night effort.
It does. It shows dedication, for sure. Sometimes, though, it can also hint that maybe things were left a bit late or the workload was huge. It's about sacrificing sleep for a goal.
Definitely. Okay, from working hard, let's shift to knowing when not to touch something. This idiom is, let sleeping dogs lie.
Hmm. Wise advice often packed into this one. Let sleeping dogs lie means basically don't bring up an old problem or disagreement that's kind of settled down now. Why? Because you might just stir up trouble again.
Exactly. It's about avoiding unnecessary conflict. You might think, should I mention that old argument? Better to let sleeping dogs lie. You're choosing peace over potentially reopening old wounds.
Or you could advise someone else, look, it was resolved. It's probably better to let sleeping dogs lie rather than risk another fight.
It really boils down to knowing when silence is better, right? Let's try a quick one. Should I remind him about that mistake he made last year?
Oh, gosh. I, honestly, probably best to let sleeping dogs lie.
Yeah. That reply immediately tells you it's probably not worth digging up the past. It's about being discreet. Sometimes leaving things alone is the smartest move.
It really is. It's about timing and tact. Some issues are just better left undisturbed.
No, totally. Okay, let's lighten the mood. Something really pleasant now. Hit the spot.
Ah, I love this one. Hit the spot. It's that amazing feeling when something is exactly what you needed or wanted at that moment, like perfect satisfaction.
It's the best feeling, like on a super hot day, that cold glass of lemonade just hits the spot. Or maybe after a really long week, a quiet evening hits the spot. It just
Wow.
feels perfect.
It captures that sense of pure contentment, often with simple things like food or drink. Imagine asking,
How's that slice of pizza?
perfect. It really hits the spot.
That's it. That feeling of, exactly what I needed. So simple, so positive. You can definitely start using this one right away for those satisfying moments.
And it's usually for physical things like food or rest. But, you know, sometimes a kind word or the right song can hit the spot too, if it's exactly what I needed emotionally.
Good point. Okay, idiom number 7 is super practical. You'll probably use this one all the time. Keep an eye on.
Yeah, keep an eye on. It just means to watch something or someone carefully, to pay attention. It's literal in intent, but idiomatic because you're not actually, putting your eye on it.
Ha! Right. You hear it constantly in everyday requests. Hey, can you keep an eye on my bag for a sec? Or parents telling each other, keep an eye on the kids while I grab something. Very common.
And it's not just things or people. You might say, we need to keep an eye on our spending or keep an eye on the time. It's about monitoring.
Let's do a quick exchange, super common scenario. I just need to run to the restroom real quick.
Sure, no problem. I'll keep an eye on your stuff.
See, so simple, so helpful. It's a quick way to ask for or offer that little bit of watchful attention.
It really is. It's about that small bit of trust and responsibility we share. Offering to keep an eye on something is a nice practical way to help someone out. Very useful phrase.
Definitely. Okay, now let's talk about starting something new with loads of energy. Hit the ground running.
Ooh, hit the ground running. This means you start a new job or a new project or really any new activity with a lot of energy and enthusiasm, and you're effective right away. No slow start, just boom, straight into action.
It's such a positive way to describe someone. Like, wow, the new team member really hit the ground running. It means they were productive and making a difference from day one.
Or you might hear, the project hit the ground running after the launch. It suggests immediate momentum and success.
It's a fantastic compliment, isn't it? It pictures someone just leaping into action and being successful immediately. Great energy.
Totally. And it implies they were probably really prepared, ready to go, enthusiastic. It's about starting strong and effectively. A great goal for any new beginning, really.
Couldn't agree more. Two left. Next up is another great compliment. On the ball.
Being on the ball. This means you're alert, sharp, you understand things quickly, and you react effectively. You're competent and paying attention. Like a good athlete who's always ready for the ball.
Exactly. You might say, she's really on the ball when it comes to new software, meaning she picks it up fast and uses it well. It's a sign of competence.
Or if you need someone reliable for a tricky task, we need someone who's really on the ball for this. You're looking for someone sharp and dependable.
How about this situation? Wow, how did she solve that issue so quickly?
Oh, she's always on the ball. Super sharp.
Yeah, it immediately conveys that sense of quick thinking and competence. It's a really strong, positive description for someone.
It really is.
Yeah.
It suggests someone is consistently attentive, prepared, and just capable. Builds a lot of trust being on the ball.
Definitely a quality to admire. Okay, last one for today. This one's a bit more playful. Used when something is super expensive. Costs an arm and a leg.
Huh? Yes, cost an arm and a leg. It's funny exaggeration, obviously. It just means something is extremely expensive. It costs a whole lot of money. Like so much, it feels like you're giving up body parts.
It paints a picture, doesn't it, with a bit of humor.
Yeah.
You might look at a fancy sports car and say, wow, that must have cost an arm and a leg. Clearly signals it's very pricey.
Or sometimes people admit it but justify it. Yeah, the flights cost an arm and a leg, but the trip was totally worth it.
So if someone asks you about your brand new gadget, so how much was that new phone then?
Ugh, don't ask. It cost an arm and a leg. But I do love it.
Perfect. That exaggeration lands the point. It was Really expensive without even needing to say the price. It's vivid and relatable.
It is. It's a lighthearted way to talk about high prices, something we all encounter. Taps into that shared feeling of, wow, things can be expensive.
Phew. Okay, that was 10 idioms. From the tip of the iceberg all the way to things costing an arm and a leg.
Oh.
Hopefully feel like you've got some new tools in your English toolkit now.
You definitely do. And remember, please remember, learning language is a journey. It takes time. Try practicing these idioms. The more you use them, the more natural they'll feel. And honestly,
Hmm.
it's okay to make mistakes. That is absolutely how we learn. Be brave, try them out.
Yeah, definitely. So here's a little challenge just for you listening. Maybe pick just one idiom from today. Could be under the weather, or maybe hit the spot, or any of them. And just try, actively try to use it in a real conversation this week. Just one. See how it feels.
That's a fantastic idea. Small steps, big progress. That's the way.
Well, that wraps up our deep dive for today. Thank you so, so much for joining us, for spending this time on your English.
Yes, thank you. We really enjoyed exploring these idioms with you today, and we're genuinely excited for your learning journey. We'll look forward to our next session together.
Until then, take care and happy learning.